here with this month's My Favourite Things Creative Chat. This month is going to be particularly interesting because we are talking about desks, where we stamp, how we have our stamping desks set up, what tools we have on hand, and why we have everything the way we do. So I'm going to take you on a quick tour of my desk. I have one of these great big huge old-fashioned computer desks from before the time everyone had laptops and you needed all those extra spaces for all the bits and pieces on your computer. But I really like it because it means I have a lot of room to sort of store a lot of things right at my fingertips. And I also have a reasonably large surface to stamp on. So in the first set of cubbies here, underneath I have just my paper trimmer, my adhesive, so all my Jody boosters and red line tape, things like that. I have a basket filled with all the newest goodies from My Favourite Things, all the dynamics and stamps, so I can't show you those, but I like to keep them on hand so that they're there when I want to stamp. In here I have a couple of plastic containers, and they contain everything like just my ink pads, my basic ink pads like Memento, my clear blocks, glitters, old markers, extra adhesive, and things like all my little pieces of foam for sponging. So it's quite good to have all that on hand. Up on top I have my distress inks, and they're basically just sitting there because I haven't worked out exactly how to store those yet. Now you're getting a bit of glare from the window there, but right up on top here is one of the most, Gabrielle, is one of the most essential pieces of equipment at on my stamping desk, and that is a cat bed for my cat Gabriel. If he didn't have his own bed, he would be down on whatever project I was working. Say hi, Gabriel. Say hi. He's not going to say hi. So then moving on, here I have all my Copic markers, so it's really great to be able to have those all on hand. And I have my dynamic storage just right there, so I can flip through and get whatever I want while I'm creating. Down here is sort of a mishmash of tools that over the years I've found I like to keep handy. So things like my little hand punches, some sticky tape because I'm using that all the time, scissors of course, a sanding block, bone folder, glue dots because I use those a lot, and then in the back here I have piercing tools and little bits of glue and things like that. So those are the things that I've just sort of realized it's not really worth me putting away. I pretty much use them every time I create, so it's handy just to have them in those little baskets, which probably cost 50 cents, 99 cents, something like that. Beside that I have some overflow ribbon storage, and I also have a wee ramekin that I keep on my desk specifically for the backing of all these little foam dots. If you're like me, you have these little shaped pieces all over the place, so I find now it's a little bit easier just to have a container right on the top of my desk that I can put those in straight away. On the other side here I have a long tall cubby. That was actually, it used to have CD holders in it when for old computer software. I just sort of ripped those out so that I can keep a few extra things. I've got hand cream in there at the moment, some of my extra Copics, my Copic book, and also my colour guides, things like that. And on the cupboard here I have some hooks that I just got from like a dollar store. They're just adhesive hooks, and I'll just hang up whatever nesties or anything else that I'm using at the time, just to try and get it off my desk because I do make a mess. It never really looks this tidy. And inside that cupboard I keep crackle paint, thick embossing powders, just all those bits and pieces that you sort of seem to accumulate and don't really have a place anywhere else. Up on top here I just have a lamp and a spice rack that is currently holding overflow embellishments. And down here I have my largest basket of ribbon. I don't have that, I mean I have a lot of ribbon, but I don't think I have a lot compared to other people. So that's the bulk of my ribbon. And then things like glimmer mist, other sprays, stamp cleaner, all that sort of stuff sits there, so it's right on hand. So that is pretty much it. I basically have everything set up this way just because over time I've worked out that's the easiest sort of way for me to have everything set up. Right beside my desk there I have my Big Shot set up, so that's why the dynamics are sort of sitting right there, so that I can sort of do everything without having to get up. Otherwise I'd be getting up 100 times a cut because I use so many dynamics. But yeah, that's really it. I have things like my heat tool sitting there just so that they're at arm's length really. But it's just been, it's taken me a few years to sort of work out what I need to have right on hand and what I can sort of put elsewhere in the room, because I'm not going to use it as often. But it's really just the basics, your cutting tools, a lot of adhesive, and just some of those extra tools that we seem to use quite often. So that's it from me this month. I'll see you again next month. Bye!